Do you have a database crammed full of names? Like, are there thousands and thousands of names in your database? Today, I want to tell you how in the world you can fumble through all of that and figure out if you have good, solid prospects. This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate, and I want to tell you three keys, three foundational things that have to happen in order for those names to be prospects. All those names are great. You might be farming to all those names. You might be reaching out and sending them stuff that you feel has got a lot of value and a lot of content. But I want to tell you, the thing that's important is whether or not they are a solid prospect, like prospective buyer or seller, someone that is solid in that relationship, not just a name in your database. The first thing, in my opinion, that needs to happen for you to have a solid prospect is you need to have a conversation with that person. A solid conversation. And to me, this needs to be person to person. Best case scenario, face to face. Second best case scenario, on the phone. Third would be through email. Fourth would be through text, and the list goes on and on. But you need to have some substantive conversation with that name that's in your database. That turns them into a little bit better idea of a prospect. It turns them from just a figure of speech, maybe just a phantom of a name, into more real. And you know why this happens? You get to hear their voice. You get to find out what they like. You get to talk to them about their needs and wants. They get to hear your voice. They get to hear your style. If you're in person, they get to see your body language. They get to feel what it's like to be with you. All of those things takes it from a name to a prospect. Number one, you need to have a good conversation with them. The second thing you need to do is you need to define their prospect DNA. You have to define it. And what I mean by DNA, number one, you have to find out through that conversation, I'm hoping, find out what their desire is to buy or sell. What is their desire? Their why? What motivates them? And that conversation can lead you to that. The second thing is, what's their need? What's the need behind the desire? Is it a want? Is it a, I'd love to do that? Or is it a, I have to do that? It is a need. Is it something that needs to happen? They need to downsize. They need to move to an area that has less pollen. They need to move closer to their children. It's not just a desire, but it's a need. So desire and a need. The third thing that you need to do is define their ability. Can they buy? Are they set up so that they can sell? Dig deep into their ability. Don't just spend your time nurturing people that you don't know their DNA. So number one, have a good face-to-face conversation. Number two, define their prospect DNA. And number three, last but not least, commit to the next step. Have that prospect commit to you what's next. And don't just say, hey, we're going to talk again in 3 months. Make it more concrete than that. Make it really, really solid. And then behind that next commitment, like next time we're going to see each other face to face. Next time we're going to do some business and move them further down the field towards their goal line. We're also going to set up a solid follow-up system, whether it be email, text, phone call, however you want to do it, that gives them consistent, regular value and service so that they don't forget about you. And you think to yourself, oh my gosh, they would never forget about me. I've met them face to face, right? I've defined their prospect DNA. They'll never forget me. Wrong. They're being bombarded every day by lead generation systems that are asking them to be a part of their conversation. If you don't stay in the game and stay in regular conversation with these people with a solid follow-up system, gives them value and service, you are likely to lose. So do that today. Evaluate how many names do you have in your database and how many of those names are real prospects by looking to see, have you had a good conversation? Can you define their client or prospect DNA? And do you have a solid follow-up appointment and a solid follow-up system to keep them in your web? This is Tad Fulford with Rise Up in Real Estate. And as always, I hope this video helps you rise up.